All right, today the 2011 Toyota Sienna minivan. A big change for 2011. This vehicle is now much more bold, much more aggressive in its stance, and it no longer looks like a loaf of bread with a wheel in each corner. The vehicle is well styled on the outside, has lots of engine choices, and the interior gives you a lot of entertainment, luxury, and capacity to get in and out. We'll find out about this car inside and out. Brent Saffer is here from Toyota, and Brent, we are looking at minivans today. There's a lot of choices, trim levels and engine. Why don't you tell us a little bit about them?
Well, actually, we have 5 different Sienna levels for every consumer out there. We have everything from a 4-cylinder to a V6 to an all-wheel drive capability on our vehicles for any needs you may have in your Sienna van.
Now, you can also deck them out or trim them out as much as you want to, from a very base model right up to this one, which is a limited, right?
Well, with 5 trim levels, we start with the Sienna, then we move to the LE grade, which is our #1 selling grade vehicle because there's so many options within the LE, which you can get from 7 to 8 passenger vehicles. And then it moves up to this limited grade, where we get leather, 2-power moonroofs. You can also get the technology packages with dual DVD.
There's a lot of extras on the inside. Now, one of the big things for Toyota has been their Star Safety system, which makes these very safe vehicles. And then, of course, the plus is that no longer is the Sienna only for fair weather driving. You can get some of that rough weather driving in too with the all-wheel drive system, so ice, snow. Big change on the exterior for this generation of the vehicle. It doesn't look anything like the last one. You changed quite a lot of stuff.
Yes, we did change a lot. Some of the major changes was with the exterior styling of this vehicle. When you look at the front of the vehicle, it has a much more aggressive, wider stance. We changed the front grille. In fact, the front grille is what differentiates all of our 5 models from each other. Also, when you look alongside of the vehicle, you'll see that we improve the body lines of the vehicle so that it has a much more crossover utility vehicle styling as opposed to the old boxy looking van.
You did a lot of stuff to hide certain things. Now, I know when you look at a regular minivan, you can see exactly how the rear door opens, but not in this one.
Absolutely. It's part of that high belt line we were talking about. We actually hid the railing system so that when you open these rear doors, you don't even notice that these rails are in the back of the vehicle.
The difference between the models, and I know the one behind us, you did something different with the height too.
On our SE, to make it a little bit more stylish and aggressive, it's actually lowered a little bit, larger wheels, and sport-tuned suspension and steering.
So it's much more aggressive. A nice exterior, and then you can get a difference in how they look by depending on what trim level you buy. Those ground effects, those fog lights, it just depends on how much of a minivan you want. On the inside of this vehicle, packed with technology. Up front, a lot of technology. This is by no means all of the story of the interior of the Sienna, but let's start here because this is where the driver sits. So you've got a lot of extras in this. Let's start with the backup camera.
The backup camera on this particular model is amazing because there's 3 different variations on this particular backup camera. Not only do you have the large navigation screen, but you can actually change the adjustments from wide angle to actually distances, so you can monitor your distance of backing up much better.
I love this pop-down mirror in the middle that allows you to see the 2nd and 3rd row of seats. But let's talk about what's in the 2nd row, because this is really where this vehicle stands out.
Where we stand out is 23 inches of total travel of our rear seats. Not only do you have excessive leg room, but also ease of ingress and egress into the 3rd row. These seats also recline and have an ottoman as well. That's
real luxury standard. We're talking about full-size Lexus car that I've seen with the ottomans in. This is a minivan with an ottoman in it. And then the entertainment system, tell me about that.
The entertainment center is amazing. I mean, this is actually like a home entertainment center. Not only can you split this very large screen, so if you have 2 children, one watching a DVD movie, one can play video games with separate headphones on, of course. You can also control it up here in the front as well, turn it on and off. But it's just like a home entertainment center. You can literally sit back, recline, and watch movies right back here in the back of your Sienna.
And let's get back to the 3rd row of seats. That's where a lot of the magic happens in this vehicle. You have something that's uniquely Toyota back there.
Yes, it is called the Power Split and Stow. It is a 60/40 folding seat, and it can actually stow in a touch of a button.
And that's completely flat, and of course in the lesser models it's a manual version. You can actually stow them by just pulling some levers and pulling some cords and putting it down flat, and that gives you all that extra space at the back, as well as the fact that this vehicle can be a 3-row. You can get it down to a 2-row if you need some cargo capacity. Now, we've looked at the exterior, the interior, and the mechanics. Let's find out some whys to buy the 2011 Toyota Sienna minivan. Let's start with exterior styling. This vehicle is so differently styled it no longer feels like a box. Second of all, we'll talk about drivability. Now, this vehicle is in 5 different grades, which means you can tailor the vehicle to how you want to drive it. Either a 4-cylinder or a sports model, a 6-cylinder or an all-wheel drive model. The options are completely endless. Those safety and technology things on the vehicle, like rain-sensing wipers and auto-dimming headlights, and then you get that rear entertainment system. Now that's where this vehicle wins majorly against its competition. That wide screen which can have 2 input choices, the fact that you get things like ottoman recliners in the back seats, and also the flat split seat that stows completely flat in the back floor to give you extra cargo space is a big winner for Toyota.